All right, welcome back, Pokemon Go players, to another episode of the Purified podcast. Today is June 16, 2025. I am your host, Luis Palacios, with my co-host, Chris.
Yo, yo, yo. It's your boy. We're back at it again. It's been a fabulous week of Pokemon Go. If you don't know, we had GoFest recently. The in-person one, and Purified was there. I was at home crying. No.
My man was crying, thinking this like, I'm gonna get all the races in the world. I was like, bro, you only got 10.
Oh my god. Yeah, a lot of fun. I'm very excited to hear about it, honestly, because every in-person is very different, I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so we're here once again to talk about Pokemon Go news updates and ranting about the game because we love the game as much as we do. I am doing a rocket battle right now, but it's because I just want to get my stuff here. This episode of the Purified podcast is brought to you by our Patreon. Everything we do here at the Pokemon Professor Network is powered by our community. You can join our community as supporters on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. We offer a range of support tiers and various benefits. All patrons will gain access to a Patreon exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with wonderful people. All right, don't forget to check us out at patreon.com/Pokemon Professor. Other podcasts out there, part-time creators that we love, and we are going crazy. But yeah, it is Pokemon Go. It was GoFest live once again in New Jersey. Well, not New Jersey once again. Either way, we were in New York half the time anyway, so that wasn't the difference. Since we actually were able to play to both New Jersey and New York. I have some thoughts about this one for sure. I think I as much as I grind it, I didn't get everything I wanted, but I'm sure Chris is like, but what you get though?
Yeah. What backgrounds? What shinies?
So you want me to just go ahead and tell you what I got, and then tell the story of how the weekend went, because it was a long weekend, really.
Yeah, I'll take a look too.
All right. Well, I am looking through some Pokemon here in my backyard, just because.
You say your backyard?
Well, yeah, I'm a house. What do you expect? Man. All right, so let's get started. GoFest, New Jersey. Technically, the first time we have a GoFest in that state, but because we're like right next to New York, I mean, why not just make it to New York? Went in pretty early, actually. So we do had 4 full days of GoFest: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. They extended us an extra day throughout the weekend, so you can enjoy the city, plan out whatever you want, and grind however you want to,
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I could have taken advantage more of the Thursday, but I was mostly just there because of my friends and everybody in the Airbnb. Shout out to everybody who actually helped out. First and foremost, we do have Ken, or Scropley, or whatever his in-game name is. Thank you so much for helping me. He actually picked me up from the airport. We were actually hanging out for the entirety of Wednesday. I went to the infamous Red Bank, which is like the one place to play Pokemon Go, apparently.
Oh.
I know, we were going here and there. So we picked up actually 2 more people on Wednesday. Mythical Hitch, which is a long friend of ours. And the one and only JT Ballard was also with us for a day and a half, really. It's actually pretty fun to pick him up. Dude, that man is a grinder. Think of it this way. He was in Japan for 2 months. He came back to Orlando from Japan and within a 24-hour window. And then within that same day, took another flight for New Jersey. So he went home, left some stuff, finished a few things. I think he visited his grandma or something, and then came to New Jersey. The man had like probably 2 hours of sleep at that best. By the time he actually saw us, he was dead ass tired. However, he was still grinding in some ways. I mean, we did let him sleep for probably half the day in the car because we were just doing our own thing. Which was nice, it was nice. We did camp out at our friend's Ken's place, and to be told, the view was beautiful because he lives right now outside the Hudson River, I think. So you can see the entirety of the city in the back. I mean, it was far away, but still, we were still in Jersey, by the way, in the whole thing. So, we exchanged some information and things like that. We may be able to get JT Ballard in the podcast at some point in the future. Trust me, that man is a grinder. So it's going to take a while before we actually get him to do some podcasting here or there. But wait for that if you can. He might actually come around because I introduced him to all my locals here in Bradenton. And he talked about I may just pop by here now to grind with us for a little bit. So
that'd be cool.
Yes. So when that happens, you take a leaf of accents until you get here. You come in here, brother. But yeah, everybody was super happy and everything to see JT Ballard. We did have some good food on Wednesday and Thursday. No, Wednesday. Well, yeah, it's still Wednesday. Yeah, we were at Red Bank. We had some Peruvian. It was just right there in the strip. We had some pizza. We had other fun stuff anyways, by the time we finished, I was like, we're all tired, let's just go ahead and go to sleep. We woke up the next day. We woke up almost at 5 o'clock in the morning. Unfortunately, even though rates were starting at 5 o'clock in the morning, we're outside of the city bounds during the time of gameplay. So we were like, okay, we gotta mitigate some things here and there. We sat down, we had some breakfast, we did a few things. We finally got into the city about 9 o'clock by the time the event started. And so we started grinding and everything. We had some good food in a nice little pancake place. I think it was called pancake something. Some good breakfast there. We started doing raids, catching Pokémon, things like that. So the very first day, I mean, if you actually go to JT's Valor video on that specific day, you'll see me there with all the people we're hanging out with. And just grinding here and there, getting some catches here and done. I definitely have already deleted a lot of stuff that I catched that day because, I mean, I don't have the inventory to keep everything.
Yeah.
But I don't remember if I actually got any shiny. Well, I got shiny stuff for sure. I just don't remember getting like hundos during that day. But let me see if I can go back all the way back to the day it all started. By the way, I left Florida with a shiny Heracross, even though Heracross was spawning in that day anyways. I did get, on Wednesday before the actual event started, a shiny Boltor, a Lickitung, a Heracross, and I did actually catch my shiny Marioletta. Finally. It was, of course, trash, but it is a 14, 13, 12. So
what do you need for the Meloetta? Which one is that?
It's the Master World Research. The one that has like time get it like 20 times.
I don't think I have that one.
You did not buy the ticket?
Oh, that's what you needed.
I mean, it was during Thor, so I don't know. I don't know if you even play. I mean, you play Global, right? So maybe you got it. I don't remember you getting it.
Interesting.
You still have a lot of special research on you that you haven't finished.
Just two of them right now.
Which one?
Might and Mastery, which I've just been putting off.
Okay.
And then a Striking Shadow.
Yeah, that's not that Marioletta one, so you probably didn't buy it. So you're gonna have to wait for the next time it comes up. Eventually. Yeah. Also, Manny with the resub. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. 14 months. Crazy. All right, so then GoFest really started on that Thursday. I started with a shiny blue stripe Basculin. And then, mind you, most of these catches are Gold Plus just because I was focusing on the raids. So then I get a shiny Carablast. Finally, I get a shiny Dewpider, which is like a sawed-off one for me for the longest time. Shiny Pikachu with a red hat. The fancy Pikachu. It is a female, though.
Fancy.
It is level 1 too. Well, that's pretty cool. Shiny Scorbett, which is another holdout for me. Goodness gracious, this Pokemon has not shined for me for the longest time. Shiny Snowmobile. The spawns were pretty good, you know. I think during that same day, I did get the shiny Failings with the train hat. Yeah, got it pretty quickly during that week. Was this catch? Yeah. Was the 5th? Yes. Another Carablast, Chimecho, Vanillite, Teddiursa, Corphish, Heracross, of course. Hoppit, Shelmet, Slugma. Another Failings. Is this another day? No, it's still in the same day. So I got two, actually. Two of the Failings with a hat pretty quickly. Another Shelmet, another Stunfisk, a Pawniard. They were spawning in the wild there too, so that was pretty nice. Shutting me out. Okay, so I am going into day 2 or 3 of the whole weekend. I think the Stunfisk was the very first thing on that day. Yes, it was. So that's actually during the gameplay experience. Now, we hang out with AJT Valor, we did our own thing, and we went our separate ways. We went to our Airbnb just to decompose, hang out with friends, people coming in. Also, shout out to Ken because the Ken that was helping us out, it was also his birthday during that day. So happy belated birthday again. Maybe I said it like 20 times. Then what else did we do? Did we went for dinner or something? I can't remember. I know I wasn't going to. Yeah, I think we just hang around and just we did our own thing for a while there. We're just waiting for everybody to just show up. We hang out at the Airbnb for a night. We were trying to get things going, but everybody was tired from traveling and everything. Lane from Good Morning Johto got there that night. That man drove for almost 2 days to get to us. So that's crazy. But hey, he did it. He was with his brother. It was pretty cool. Justin from Special Conditions and Sleep It Off was also there that night. He actually brought his Switch 2 that he got the night before.
Oh my god!
I did try it out. It was pretty cool. So I definitely need to get one myself.
So that's what got you into it.
In a little bit. I was thinking of trying to get the Switch 2 during New York because it was a release weekend, but I never got the whatchamacallit, I didn't get the invitation to get one before then, so I didn't get that lucky. So, we ended the night, it was pretty late, and we were like, okay, let's go back to sleep because I had a pretty early day on Friday to wake up early and go to Liberty State Park, which was about 15 minutes away by train. So we were really close to get to the park. It was pretty cool. So I woke up somewhat early, around 6 or so, got ready, left the Airbnb around 7, took the train because I didn't know the train system at the time, but luckily it was actually pretty good. I got there somewhat like a 7:30, 7-ish, or actually no, I got there like an 8 at the park, or at least the outskirts of the park. So I was like, let me go ahead and get some breakfast. I still have an hour before gameplay experience happened. I found a nice little breakfast place that was outside there, and yeah, that person needed some help because all the players would come in, and I was like, oh boy, you're gonna be busy all weekend for this one. Then of course I started heading into the park once I got my coffee. I was doing race in between. Unfortunately, so many stations and some Ascentas were coming around. Luckily, it was only Pokemon that was spawning, so it wasn't too bad when it comes down to that. But during the city experience, we did have other like 3 stars and 2 star or 1 stars happening, and I was like, that damped a little bit of the grind. All right, so I get to the park a few minutes before it starts. I get in contact with a few friends who are also coming in. Fern and Mafia, we had Ox, all their companions were also there. It was amazing to see them because we were planning to at least hang out that day. So we meet up. Gameplay experience starts. We're in the Noble biome, which Frigibest was spawning there. So you wanted to get the shiny Frigibest then. However, you had a special research, which this is what I'm going to say about the special research. It was nice that you could actually pick which biome you're going to start at. So you did not have to wait. Oh, I'm here at the south, but my biome starts at the other side of the map. So I'm like, oh shit, So luckily you can pick, okay, which biome you're going to start. You can finish that part of the biome and then pick the next one after that. So you had a continuous research from each biome, and you can pick which one you want to continue doing. So if you wanted to start at the beginning of the north entrance all the way to the end, just pick each one of the respective biomes as you walk across. Boom, done pretty easily.
Cool.
But I messed up halfway there, so I had to actually run back at some point in the same day. So we started walking, we started catching. Again, I'm focusing mostly on raids, so my Gold Plus is going crazy. I'm going with Ultra Balls and Great Balls, so I was just clicking the Gold Plus like crazy. Starting off, I think, with that Stunfisk I mentioned earlier, the Pawniard, the Meowth, Durant. So I got a couple of shiny Durants. I did get my shiny Skiddo, which is a holdout for a lot of people, including Chris. We'll see how GoFest Global goes before we actually get some training done.
Yes.
Yes. And then I finally started getting shiny Samacentas. I did get a shiny Samacenta, really nice, pretty quickly.
Oh.
It is not the best, but it is one of them. I get a second one back to back.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's better than me. I don't have a shiny Zamazenta.
Chimeco, I did get. Is this a hatch one? Yeah, I did actually hatch a shiny Dragon because the 5 kilometer eggs were hatching whatever the event spawns for global was, which was
Nice.
Dredagon, Turtonator, both forms of Rockruff, and something else. Oh, Bombardier was actually spawning from there. So, in some way, not the best, but I was missing a few shinies from each one of those Pokemon, so it wasn't too bad regardless. Oh, and Halucha. Halucha was also from the egg, so that's actually pretty nice. A lot of people were getting Hondo Haluchas, which was crazy. But, you know. Shiny Slugma. Ooh, Spinda. The Spinda with... Actually, this was during the city experience. So, yeah, this Spinda, it was spawning in the wild for the first time in forever. So you can get some Spindas. There was an exclusive New Jersey Spinda pattern, which I don't think I never figure out which one it is. So I just got the one, and I was actually happy about that. Okay, so before I continue on with the shinies, I did, of course, play the entire park experience. It was a little bit hot, but not as bad as last year, where we were like at 100-degree weather, dying of heat stroke or something during the weekend. So my thoughts about the park experience. It was a nice change of pace because, of course, the last few years we had it at Randos Island. This time we had it at Liberty Park. We were right next to, Liberty Lady, the statue. It was right behind us, so it was actually pretty cool to see it. And the whole city skyline of New York was also pretty nice. The biomes were okay. They were a little more interactive. We had the mechanical biomes, the carnival biome, the sea water biome, and the noble biome. Each one with respective spawns, and of course, some actually adventures. Like the carnival had like the whole carnival field. You actually can play. Let's say you want to dunk somebody into water, you just throw the ball and things like that. That was actually pretty cool. Mechanical had a few things like maybe the golden lures. There was actually a little section where all the lures were spawning specifically. So they had the glacier lure and the rainy lure and all of those lures into one specific location. Then the seaside, of course, there was all the water locations and everything. You had like a pirate ship and all that stuff. Cool. It was nice and spacious. You didn't have too many people also in one place all together every single moment. We also had the Premier Lounge, which is the $100 Premier thing that we talked about last time, where if you actually get it, you get some exclusivity for like, exclusive bathroom, places that you can sit down, get some water, all those things. Hey, Lord Drew, how you doing today? We also met up with Lord Drew sometime in the day, which I'll explain in a moment. And however, the one thing that I'm actually going to say, the Premier Lounge wasn't too premier. Like, it wasn't like a whole building or anything. No, it was just like a nice little section of the park.
Not good enough for that.
Yeah, I know, right? I know, right? It was just like, it was like a small little space. Let's say probably this room big or something like that, maybe a little more. We had Mike Storangtor there, which was actually pretty cool. I think he was handing out the badges. But after that, you had a couple places to sit with some shade and lockers. And that's it. That was like... This is the Premier Lounge. This is the $100 that I would have actually wasted if I actually get all those things. I didn't think it was worth it. They could have made it a little bit more easier, like more secluded area for people to play, and with more spawns because there wasn't really that many gyms or Pokestops nearby, which was surprising because it is Pokemon GoFest, so I don't know. The density of the spawns weren't as great either. The only problem was that throughout the entire park, you had walkways. The walkways had most of the stops and spawns. And then when the area itself opened up to like grass or something, there was nothing. Which was kind of daunting because, you want to walk the grass instead of just the path. And especially with shade and everything, so it wasn't like the crazy,
Exclusive bathrooms, is that right?
Yeah, it was just basically like a better like truck porta potty. That's all. I was like, bro, that's not exclusive. So I don't know. Anyways, there was some places for food and everything, just like always. We didn't get lunch there. I think we were pretty full before we started. And the one thing that I'm gonna say, which I actually didn't get to because we were just buying water at that point, there was only one refresh water station throughout the entire park, in the middle of the park, which is not the greatest if you're actually having players all over the place just trying to get through, you know. Mm-hmm. However, I did see that people were not hanging there forever, so it looks like the water was flooding pretty quickly. And we also had the problem that there was going to be some bugs during the park experience. What was it again? I think it was it lice or something?
What?
Yeah, they were having a little issues, I think, with that, but we couldn't, of course, stop. So I never sat down. I never sat down in the park or in the grass or anything. That way we don't feel ticks. Yeah, it was ticks. Yeah. So we're like, yeah, nope, I'm just gonna walk and that's it. We just kept walking. By the time we left the park, I was like, I gotta take a shower. But anyways, the park experience was okay. Starting with those shinies. The shiny Samacentas were appearing. I did not get a shiny station during the park experience. And everything else that I got.
In my opinion, I think Zamazenta is the harder one to get.
Right now, for me, the station was like I'm gonna tell you, my RNG that weekend was horrendous when it comes to shinies. Not just like wild shinies or egg hatchings, the ray shinies were insanely bad for me. So I did get the 2 shiny Samacentas, and then we went to the city experience. We split off with the group. Everybody wanted to go back to their hotels just to refresh before they headed back to the city. I was planning to do the lure up raid train that we had during the afternoon experience. So I met up with Ken. We went to the Birch store, which I did get my shirt, the Samacenta and Station shirt right here. It was actually pretty nice. Look at that. Sure. And then I was able to buy the Gotor one for the Alga and Palkia. It was actually pretty cool to have that too. After that, I really didn't need anything else, plushes and everything. Unfortunately, I didn't have like a biggest backpack in the world, so I couldn't really get everything I wanted. Then we started walking out. I met up with Adam. We went to the city experience part of things. We kind of split up from Ken for a few moments, and then we came back to him after everybody got together, which was nice. And then we started raid train as much as possible throughout Jersey City. I was pretty tired for about 4 o'clock. I know I had a couple more hours of city experience, but dude, my feet were killing me. I did get some lunch at some point, so it was actually pretty nice. I wasn't dehydrated fully, but I was dying. So I said, it's like, hey guys, I'm going to go ahead and head out, go back to the Airbnb, maybe take a shower, and probably just like lie down for a minute because I was really tired. And out of the entire experience, Friday was the hottest day. Every other day was either cloudy and rainy. So actually, during the afternoon experience of the park, they had to take people out of the park because of weather changes and everything. I heard the thunders and everything during that time. So it is what it is. There wasn't really a compensation for that, surprisingly. But I think it's because it was only like the last 30 minutes that it happened. So everybody was like, get out, So aside from that, more shinies here and there. I did get more of the small bills. I think I got 4 small bills. Was pretty nice.
Oh my gosh.
Solosis. I did get a shiny bombardier from the egg hatch. So again, those egg hatches were insane. I'm gonna get the numbers there in a moment. More failings, more Durants, more Skidos, another Pikachu red. Unfortunately, one of the other ones, but And I traded for a shiny Samacenta. Lucky. Singaporean grandma did trade me this one. It is a 15, 14, 14.
Sure.
So it's pretty nice.
Fishy.
Yeah, I know, right? Look who it is. How's it going? And then I think day 2 ended pretty easily because I finished with that. Did I actually go out again? I think I did and just met up with the crew and then had a dinner or something. I can't remember what we ate for dinner, though. I just knew that after I got up, Oh yeah, I actually went to. Oh yeah, okay, now I remember now. We went to another meetup with Lure Up. This one was actually on an arcade that he rented out for everybody to go through, and we just played video games and met up with a lot of people. We hang out there for a while. We had free pizza, free drinks. Well, it was kind of like $20 worth of pizza and drinks, but it was because of the arcade and things like that. But everything else was free, which was nice. Went up with everybody from the roundtable chat dots. We had Justin, Adam. We had everybody there. Even JT Battle made an appearance that night too. So it was pretty nice to have everybody there for a couple hours before we actually said it's like, let's head out and go to sleep. Some of us were pretty drunk too. So it was fun there. And then, of course, day 3 now, because we've been there for since Wednesday. So it's Thursday, Friday, and then
Pokemon Go.
So Saturday, I did make my mission to go to the infamous Bryant Park in New York. Woke up pretty early, not as early as a lot of people do, because people were doing some raid train since 5 o'clock in the morning, and trust me, I was not having it. So I woke up pretty early before the whole city experience happened, and then head to Bryant Park, had some breakfast. Times Square was also nice and everything, so it was pretty cool. And then just started grinding once again. Bryant Park is just walk around one side to the other, get some raids done, get some catches. There was actually more stops and gyms than last year, and mostly because of a few things here and there. That shiny goat, I know, right? I think that they also started with a shiny Rockruff. Unfortunately, this is not the Midnight or the other form, the Dusk form. I was happy to see a shiny, but not happy to see that it wasn't that form that I wanted. I also hatched a shiny Torturator, so that's pretty nice. Some Theos and some Hoppets. I did get shiny Unknown.
Which letter?
Oh. It is like a repeating shiny for me for a while, but we do have like the 2 minute per top of every hour unknown. So people were hunting for the unknowns then. More Hoppets, more Pupiders. I did a trade for a Chansey Dynamax, which was pretty cool from somebody. That's
cool. A shiny Dynamax Chansey.
Yeah. Shiny G Corsola. Damn, that's pretty cool. That's fizz. More Samacentas, Pupiders. I finally got a Frigibask. A shiny Frigibask. The only one in the entire weekend. So, shiny.
Oh my gosh.
Shiny's a shiny. Some in case, another spin back-to-back clinks for some reason. I don't know why that happened. So day 3, Saturday, was me just spending it mostly just on Bryant Park. Just try to do as much hatches as possible. I did meet up with Lord Drew since he has his Spark experience that day. So he met up with me in the afternoon. We did a trade. I believe I gave him a shiny Zapdos and he gave me a shiny... What did we get there? I don't remember. Oh yeah, to give me another station because I was looking for the Shando, and of course that didn't happen. More trades. I did get more stations that day. I did get a station with a background, so that's pretty nice. More than anything, I did get more stations than usual, but Samacentas and stations were still.
Yeah, I was about to say. You said the RNG was bad.
Only on that day. Like, trust me, I was trying for it. And then, lo and behold, I just got more and more shinies. Cetotos, Elgyms, Sations, and Samacentas. I was not able to get my Hondo Sation and Samacenta. You know how many raids I did? And I know how many raids I did that weekend.
300.
You're close. 350.
Oh my god! I thought I overshot it. Oh my god!
No, you didn't overshot it. I did over 350 raids through the entire weekend. It was insane. And trust me to say that the Hondo Samacenta Station, they never got to me.
You'll get them in the trade.
Oh god. I am like... And I have so many background ones too. Like, you want to see how many background ones I have? Oh my god.
Fail again.
Too many to count right now. Too many to count. Hold on, let me see if I can do because this was like a week ago, like 7 or something, maybe.
About a week ago.
No, that was like 8, 9 days. 10 days, something like that. Yeah, okay. So I'll give it about 10 days. I have 107 background stations in some Ascendas, including some Cinderace here and there. That's just all backgrounds. A few of them, only one or two are the shiny ones, and then after that, no Hondas. Sad day for me. It's like Necrozma all over again, brother. It's like I can't believe it. So yeah, I mean, I got quite a bit of shinies. The last day, or actually the finish up Saturday, I met up with the crew again. We had some Mexican Times Square, a couple of drinks here and there. And what else did we do? I think we just like hang around Times Square until we got a Uber and just said, it's like, let's head home. Once again, we were pretty tired. Not as tired as the day before, but I was still pretty tired because I was up early in the morning anyways. Those Citados shinies are basically beautiful. I got 3 of them, so I am gonna evolve one, keep the living dex, and probably trade one whenever we see somebody out there. I did get a shiny exclamation unknown.
That's my emotion to that. That's my favorite unknown.
Yeah, I did not get the question mark, unfortunately, and also for some reason, the W unknown was shiny locked, even though it was spawned in the GoFest. That was an interesting one, to say the least, you know.
So don't even click on them and see what you're saying. Yeah,
pretty much. I got a lot of more failings without the hats and a couple of Groudons on the last day. Actually, Groudons were on Monday because I was still there for another day. So, Sunday, pure grind. I went there early again. Was trying. I was determined to be there the entire freaking day just to go ahead and get a Honda station or something. I said that even if it just won. Okay, I was like so determined. I was even texting people. I was like, am I really gotta wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to do raids? I did not wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, brother. Trust me to say. It was crazy. Yeah, that was pretty much it. Just grinding here. We went to Central Park. It was actually the Puerto Rican parade that weekend too. So I had to do a whole loop around from the middle of the park all the way to the end of the park, and then go back again up before we got to the hall of where everybody was raiding. Hell service was horrendous. So I do appreciate Mr. Edgy from our friend group that gave us some hotspot energy for me to do raids. We were doing like at least 10-15 raids per rotation, and that was every half an hour too. So by that time we said, it's like, let's go ahead and get some food. I believe we got some New York pizza, and then went back to Bryan Park and they just raided a little closer here and there. Went up with other friends. A streamer named Stephanie was also there, so we went up there for a couple of minutes here and there to just hang out. And that's pretty much it. I was like, Sunday ended. Spawns and raids were done for a few more here and there. And yeah, I was like, we're done. Sunday's done. Everybody's starting to head out. That's pretty cool, Duffy. Yeah, so my experience. What do I have to feel about this? I stayed in New Jersey for a couple more days. Technically another day, because my flight was on Tuesday. And we just, we went to a Harry Potter store and things like that. And I did some Groudons. Fern got a Shando Groudon the point we were going back. So, the game was teasing me. The game was definitely teasing me through the entire weekend.
He's the Shundo man.
Oh, my goodness. Especially because we were on the train back to our hotel. And we just did he did a remote raid from something that he got RSVP to, and we were getting off the train and everything. When we got outside of the train station to get an Uber, he's like, I got the Shando. I'm like, come on, motherfucker. This game, the RNG in this game can really kill me sometimes. Yeah, my weekend was crazy. Like, I'm glad that I was able to meet so many people, hang out with so many cool celebrities here and there, as JT Ballard, Lord Drew, Stephanie. We saw True Inferno, Lando, JT Gilly. We saw everybody, like everybody that and their mother really at this point, but still. But yeah, it was fun. The experience itself. I wish it was a little bit more in the terms of if I would have done 300 extra did raids, I could have like probably get the hundo at that point. But of course, the game itself doesn't want me
if
to.
you doubled your amount.
Yeah, I know, right? So to finalize my GoFest experience, I walked for the entire week, technically, 106 kilometers for the entire week. I hatched over 554 eggs. I did over 124,000 steps. Only 13 candy found, but that was because I was working on the mythicals and another Shando that I got earlier. And then 7,714 calories somehow like spent or something like that. So,
My gosh.
I did not talk about my hundos because I was able to get hundos during that weekend though. The last little thing, the only saving grace of the entire weekend. So, I think, yeah. No, that was earlier. I already know I talked about this. So I started with a hundo.
It's your favorite.
I know, right? I started with a hundo bombardier. Of course, it is from the 5 kilometer X from the GoFest. Lord Drew, you're gonna have to talk to us about your Paris experience too, because you had that the next weekend after that. Yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah, he went to New Jersey and Paris, by the way. So Hondo Dragon, a Hondo Turtonator. So out of all the eggs, out of the 5 kilometers, I get a Hondo each one of them except Halucha. Like seriously, even a Hondo Rockruff, dude, a Hondo Rockruff from the egg. Like there was only 5 Pokemons in the pool, and Halucha was never one of them. You want to hear something funny?
What?
Like I was at home after all of this, and this was a couple of days after GoFest ended and everything like that. So I was just sitting at home. I was finishing up a few tasks for the Go Pass, and I need to catch a few more Pokemons. I did special rent to just get a couple extra spots in my house. There was a Kirlia sitting there. You want to know what the Kirlia was?
Oh, I know what it is. I see it in your thing.
Yeah, I got a Hondo Kirlia at home. The game really loves to tease me. Yeah, and it was a male, so it was the last Hondo I needed from my, Mega Dex that I'm working on. And then I get another Hondo at some point. I mean, it's just a crap. Anyways, yeah, that's my GoFest. What do you think? Did I do good? Did I play the game right? Am I give it a 2 out of 10 because I didn't get the Hondos? Come on.
You did awesome. Do not even sweat about the Hondos. The 15-14-14zation is freaking crazy.
Indeed.
Oh my gosh. And also, obviously, meeting all the people was awesome. Oh, did Lord Drew get something crazy? Is that why he's saying that?
Yeah, he got a couple of Hondo trades. I can't remember really what else he actually got because I know he posted it online eventually, but I'm sure that he'll probably tell us here in the chat eventually.
Okay.
But yeah, it was crazy. It's still up. Well, I lost Chris already. Let me see if I got the. No. You got the Shanda Samasenta. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, I got Chris back. He did say that he got a Honda Samasenta.
Oh my gosh.
Not even a Honda. No, it's
That's
just
our favorite, I think, right?
Yeah.
Even though Zacian, I think, is better.
It is a little bit better. But, thank you for reminding me how bad this game was for me.
Oh my god.
But you get what? A Shanda Samasenta in New Jersey or you got a Shanda Samasenta in Paris? There's a difference. Because if I wasn't in Paris, it's a different story.
A Shundo Zamazenta, not a Hundo.
Yeah, Shanda. All right, well, aside from my weekend being a crazy one, how was your weekend?
It was all right.
Weekends, because we haven't spoken in like 2 weekends.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, the time that I was waiting for whatever reason the game closed. Yeah, I got some all right stuff. I think it all started after the last podcast with, funny enough, a shiny Heracross, because I heard you got one.
And you wanted to get this one.
I think I saw you got 2.
Yeah, I got one in Jersey. So yeah.
Lord Drew did great. Yeah, you guys both had definitely enough to make me jealous.
Oh yeah, I did not get a shiny carbine, by the way.
I completely forgot those were available. But don't worry, you'll hatch 5 of them.
Probably.
Um,
Probably.
yeah, it all started with a female shiny Heracross, which I was like, okay, yeah, I'm so glad I participated in the raid day now. And then I go plus a shiny Chansey. Very cool, very cool. Yep, that had a calm day. And then I at the house got a shiny Arcan, and that was my haul for the week. I don't think I got anything else that was like really worth noting. I was able to get a few of the Gigantamax from the around here with Rillaboom and Cinderaces. Just one Cinderace actually, but I was not able to get an Inteleon, so I will be looking for that. I do think Rillaboom's probably going to be the best one, like for Gigantamax raids, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. Well, I did get some Cinderace done, even though Cinderace was spawning in the city experience. We just did it during the city. And yeah, I mean, it wasn't shiny, but people were there. We had like 100 lobbies and, pretty easily to take down.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I got invited to a few of them, and I was like, is this a mistake? I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, yeah. Inteleon, I think I only did one, and I didn't even care about it, just because, and again, they're going to come back shinies eventually, so I'm just like, I'll just wait for the good events. I did get, a couple background ones, so if people want some, why not, right? Give me.
Bless.
Thank you. All right, so we got some news. We're gonna skip PvP this week because a lot of things going on. I know Chris is probably like, I want to talk about it. Maybe Pocket, but I don't even know. You want to talk about the very first event that they teased out this week?
Yeah. This guy right here.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Too crazy.
Yeah, crazy. First thing after GoFest.
It's actually happening this weekend, but yeah.
Yeah. Friday, June 20th at 12 a.m. midnight to Sunday, June 22nd at 11:59 p.m. local time. Pokemon debut. This is for Yamper's Paw Prints. And the Pokemon debut is going to be Joltik. No, I'm joking. Yamper and Bolton. You need 50 Yamper candy to evolve Yamper into Bolton. And the event bonuses, 2 times Stardust for catching Pokemon, an increased chance to encounter Shiny Snubbull, Shiny Poochyena, and Shiny Furfrou. So if you're hunting Shiny Furfrou, it looks like now's a good time.
Yeah.
Wild encounters. The following Pokemon are going to be encountering frequently in the wild. Growlithe, Snubbull, Houndour, Poochyena, Electrike, Lillipup, Furfrou, and Fido. Only Fido can't be shiny out of that. And then some trainers might encounter the following, so these are going to be more rare. Hisuian, Growlithe, and then Yamper. So Yamper is going to be a rare spawn. It isn't shiny released yet, but looks like a fun pull. The field research task rewards, there's going to be a few event-themed ones, and a lot of them are going to be granting you more encounters with event-themed Pokemon, so keep your eyes peeled for that little event tag. And then there will be a timed research available for each of the days, it looks like. June 20th will be encounters with featured Pokemon of the day, Poochyena, 3,000 XP, and 1,500 Stardust. The next day, June 21st, will be encounters with the featured Pokemon of the day, Furfrou. So that's going to be a day a lot of people are going to look out for. 3,000 XP, 1,500 Stardust. And then June 22nd, encounters with the featured Pokemon of the day, Snubbull. 3,000 XP and 1,500 Stardust. So, they are going to expire, so I would recommend doing them like ASAP.
You know what is the funny thing about the 21st, though?
What?
Community Day.
It's the same day as a community day?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they did that just so more people don't miss it.
That is the one that people want. Make at least Furfrou like the day before, so that way we don't have to get crazy about Poochyena or something.
Uh, I don't know. I think
Eh.
it should be easier to complete everything on that. I could be wrong though. Like maybe it's just like catch 15 Pokemon or something. I don't know.
The envious couple. Anyways,
Yeah, we'll see. Good luck, guys. There will be paid timed research available too for 99 cents or the equivalent pricing to your local currency. And it will give you 4 incense, 6,000 Stardust, encounters with event themed Pokemon including Snubble, Poochyena, Rockruff, Yamper, and more. And it says to complete the event themed task, you'll need to do things such as spinning Pokestops, evolving Pokemon, and that will help you with getting those rewards. 99 cents? What? Is that not crazy?
it's crazy enough that they actually made it that cheap. Not crazy enough that all we get is 4 inches, but hey, it's pretty nice, I guess.
Yeah, do with it what you will. I think that's pretty crazy.
I mean, an instance is like 40 cents anyways. So
I will say they don't give any bonuses this time for buying it on the web store other than double reward points.
oh,
So something to keep in mind. But if you care about the points, definitely buy it on the web store.
indeed. It's a nice little mini event to coexist with the weekend before GoFest weekend, and that's when everything goes crazy anyway. So it's nice. We have this going on with consistent with Community Day, Yanmo. So I'm sure that everybody's gonna go crazy over the Yanmo more than the Furfru, but the Furfru is a hell lot for a lot of people. Either way, it doesn't look like a bad event. I'll just have the Gold Plus running most of the day anyway, so that's pretty much me. How about you let us know about the next event before we talk about the biggest thing in the world?
Ooh. Yeah, Eevee. That's the event right there. Eevee.
Yeah, that's all. That's all I need to think. All right, we can move on, right? It's like
Eevee is starring in July's Community Day Classic, and Community Day voting returns in August, which I thought we already did that, but I could be wrong.
So, yes, we have done it in the past, but this time it's back. We were able to vote for our Community Day Pokemon in August, which we'll talk about in a second. Okay. But what is Eevee doing? Like, what do you want with Eevee?
Yeah. He's going to be back, or she will be back, featured for the July Community Day Classic. And yeah, very, very cool. It's going to be on Saturday, July 5th, and Sunday, July 6th from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. If you're wondering why it's 2 days, Eevee evolves to a lot of things. So you need a lot of time to evolve them.
Yeah, so, I mean, we won't have to really go over every single one of the moves because, I mean, it's a list of Eevees. No. What do you expect? Just mindful, some of them are valuable in PvP, like the Umbreon and the Sylveon. And then, of course, anything with Laser Sword is always nice. But, the evolutions are there. Keep an eye out. It's Eevee Community Day. It's a 2-day weekend event. Just don't go crazy if you don't want to. I mean, it's been Eevee for the last 3 community lives.
I will say one thing to note is the Community Day Classic special research for $199 gives you 3 EVs that have a Delightful Days special background. So if you're a background hunter, $2, you get 3.
Technically, you need 8 to complete the set.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's a lot of hunting.
And all of them with shiny forms.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so many. And then it also gives you 1 premium battle pass, 1 rare candy extra large, and additional encounters with Eevee and its evolutions, not counting the 3 Delightful Days special background Eevees. Yeah. So interesting, not crazy. Obviously, it's going to come with the Community Day special background time to research that we've been getting, the little free one. And it will give you an Eevee that has a Delightful Days special background. And it says you'll have an increased chance to encounter shiny Eevee when you complete those research tasks, but who knows? Event bonuses. Something that's really cool about these is they're actually counting down. Like they're making it a lot easier to evolve them. To evolve Eevee into Espeon, Umbreon, it will only be 1 kilometer to walk with the Eevee as your buddy for those. Very cool. And to evolve Eevee into Sylveon, you only need to earn 7 hearts with Eevee as your buddy.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it will be more frequent shinies. 1/4 egg hatch distance. Very, very nice for anybody. Lure modules will last 3 hours. Incense will last 3 hours. And then take a few snapshots for more EVs because that's what we need.
Yeah.
And obviously, we got the regular field research where you get Stardust, Great Balls, and more EVs. And then if you're lucky, you'll find the special background ones. They're going to be the harder ones to do. There's going to be showcases available. And an Ultra Community Day box for $2, $1.99. And it will give you 2 silver pineapple berries. Wow, really splurging here. And the special research ticket that we talked about before.
Yeah.
So for going on the web store and buying that $2 ticket, you get 2 silver pineapple berries extra. So yeah, don't spend it all in one place, or do if you want the silver pineapple berries. But
I actually ran out of silver pineapple berries because Sage and Samasenta were easy to catch in GoFest.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, golden razzes I need all the time, but silver pineapples, I don't know how much I use them really.
You want to know how many actually candies and extra large candies I have for Station?
How many?
You want to guess?
396.
In what?
What?
In rare candy or extra large candy?
Extra large.
2,394 for Station.
Oh my gosh.
So Macenta, 1,840. I did less on Macenta than Station, but so. Somebody actually asked in the chat that if the EVs will get their exclusive moves. Yes, they will get their exclusive moves from evolving. So just go to the blog post. You can see it there. Not gonna go over it because come on, it's Eevee.
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same moves as their most recent community day. They're not gonna get things like it'll be like the psychic for Umbreon and stuff like that. But yeah, some of them are good. Some of them are kind of
Yeah.
I would just try to evolve at least one of each, though.
Yeah, if you're looking for some PvP, I know that Ox is a PvP player, so I'm sure they'll get a few here and there. So be mindful of your IVs when you get the chance. And EVs. But, So that's that. Classic. Fun event, I guess. Just make sure you don't go too crazy. I mean, if you really want to, that's up to you. But it's a 2-day event. If you don't have one day to do it, you have another one to do it. So, and it's shiny Eevee. It's always nice to get a shiny Eevee. Yeah, let's talk about the most important part of the news actually now. So, okay, so this actually happened this morning. We kind of knew the announcement was coming today because they were teasing it since yesterday. They actually teased it out in the international championships in North America before they actually was fully released. So, Hyper Training, a new way to power up Pokemon's arise during Asian Rediscover. When is this happening? That is happening from Monday, June 23rd, so next Monday, at 10 a.m. to Sunday, June 29th at 6 p.m. local time. The Go Pass and the Go Pass Deluxe for Ancients Rediscover will be available in Pokemon Go. I don't know if this is actually coexistent to the Go Pass we already have, but I guess it is another one. I don't know if it's just like an upgraded one from the one we have. I think it's just a full-on other pass that we get during that specific weekend. It just talks about how you can earn the Go Pass, yada. You can upgrade the Go Pass from the free version to the deluxe version for $19.99. $20 for this Go Pass to go ham. Not happy about the price, but we'll see what else actually comes through with this. So, feature Pokemon rewards for the Gold Pass and the Deluxe Edition. For the regular free pass, you get random encounters with Regirock, Regice, Registeel, Regieleki, and Regirego that has this special background. So I guess that's pretty nice. I mean, you are able to complete the set unless you have doing the race throughout the week. You also get encounters with Tamper Pikachu with red, blue, and yellow accents and other event-themed Pokemons. A lot of Stardust, XPs, Pokeballs, candies, and more goodies throughout the pass. However, if you were to spend that $20 and upgrade it to the Deluxe Pass, you do get the following rewards. A gold bottle cap, which can be used to max any Pokemon stats. Station and Samacenta mask. Premium items such as incense, Lucky Eggs, incubators, lore modules, and more. Candy XL, and more goodies. So before we continue on, you know what this means, right, Chris?
Baby, yeah.
The bottle cap, the very first thing that a lot of people have been asking for this game to finally get after 9 years to boost the IVs of your Pokemons. Now, it's not coming for free. Unfortunately, this kind of introduction to it is a little pricey. But of course, you know, anything that this game has to offer, just like our friends from the Pokeball Turn says, this game is RNG base. So to get an item that helps you avoid those RNG moments, it's definitely going to have, you know, a price tag attached to it. I wasn't hoping for a little less than $20. But, you know, you only get one right now. I'm sure you'll get more eventually in the future.
Does it say if it's 20 to, like, oh my gosh.
If you want to get the gold pass, the gold bottle cap, you need the $20 invested. Yeah. So it is basically... So another thing that another friend of mine actually said is like, do you want to just get the one gold bottle cap? The $20 is not just for that. You do get other goodies in the gold pass anyways. So it's not horrible because you do get premium items.
I guess it's not as bad as like spending $20 to get just like the lucky trinket or something. Yeah. Because like yes, a guaranteed lucky friend is nice, but even that's RNG. At least this is kind of maxing one of the points. But yeah, if it was just on its own, no, it would not be. It wouldn't
be worth it. So there is also some major milestones each time you reach a certain level in the Gold Pass. Starting off with half distance when eggs are placed in incubator during the start of the Gold Pass ancient recovery period and at the end of GoFest Global, so throughout the entire week. Once you reach 10, you get additional raid pass per day by spinning for gyms and stops. Rank 20, 2 times candy from hatching eggs. Rank 30, candy XL. For completely 5-star race, by the way. Sorry about that. Rank 40, 2 times Stardust from hatching eggs. Rank 50, 3 additional candies awarded for completing 5-star raids and raid battles. I'll gotta have a lot of candy for Station and Samacenta this weekend. Rank 60, you get 2 times experience from hatching eggs. And rank 70, you get 5,000 additional experience from raid battles. So you definitely want to try to get there as possible. I believe throughout the week, the Gold Pass will be limited to per day. But once GoFest Global happens, you get unlimited way of actually unlocking most of the Gold Pass. So be mindful that you're going to spend a lot of time doing whatever it is that you're doing. You can go to the web store for the pay version of the Gold Pass. It says that whoever upgrades this through the web version with the 10 extra ranks, you receive 10 max revives, 10 max potions, 5 premium battle passes, 5 max particles, a match mushroom, and incubator as additional gifts for your purchase. Not a bad one if you're just doing it through that. I mean, it is still $20 worth, so you're getting your buck for your money here. Now, let's talk about the big thing that everybody's been wanting to talk about, and this is hyper training. So, reports indicate that a new way to power up Pokemon has been discovered in Pokemon Go called hyper training. You can kick off hyper training with a gold bottle cap, which you can get for the first time in Pokemon Go during the Deluxe Pass Ancient Rediscover. So what's it do? Hyper training is a new way for trainers to increase the Pokemon's HP, attack, and defense by completing Gold Pass Ancient Discovery or Ancient Rediscovery Gold Pass. Trainers will be able to earn the bottle cap. This item is used to start hyper training that you can complete to increase all the Pokemon stats. Okay, so that sentence right there is basically the same thing that I've been saying for the last 3 seconds. Just complete the Gold Pass, get the bottle cap, start hyper training. There is a little demonstration here on the web page. shows you that you can increase them. If you want to increase all of it, you do have to have kind of hyper train a lot. There's gonna be tasks. Each one of the tasks will award you with one IV, but they're not, the simplest tasks in the world. They're basically a little bit daunting. It says the bottle cap is an exciting item, one-time use item that can earn by completing of course, the Go Pass. Your Pokemon just needs to be a good buddy or higher to be able to use it. So pretty easy on that. I think the good buddy, it's just basically the first heart that you get with the buddy. So as long as you just feed a berry when it's your buddy, you get to use the Gold Pass, or I'm sorry, the gold bottle cap to actually use it on your Pokemon. When selecting a trainee, which is your Pokemon, you're able to choose which stats you would like to train. Gold bottle caps are extremely rare, and obtaining one is a special occasion. So select your trainee wisely. It says right here, you can use it, but it does expire. So you have to use it before it expires on Sunday, July 6th at 11:59 local time, regardless of when you claim it. So you do have a little bit of time, but you also have to choose your trainee as soon as possible. If not, having that item expired is going to be the worst $20 that you ever spend in your entire life.
I think it's crazy that it expires. But
indeed.
I guess they want it to feel even more rare.
Yeah. So once you have chosen your Pokemon that you want to hyper train, to train, you will complete various tasks themed as to the stats you plan to raise. So let's say you want to boost up the attack. You have to battle a Sunlight, your trainee, while you're what is still your buddy. So just make sure that it's in your battle party in every single one of your maybe go rocket battles or raids or max battles. If you, of course, you can do max battle with them. For defense, you'll need to strengthen your bond with your buddy Pokemon trainee by playing together, exploring, and catching Pokemon. So I think this is the best time to actually go buy a Gold Plus, if you actually want to get to that point. And then for HP stats, you have to explore alongside your trainee as your buddy. This can include spinning Pokestops, earning buddy candy, or other adventures. It basically in the little video that they show us there, they show us things like, spin 75 Pokestops or gyms with your trainee as your buddy, or catch 30 Pokemon with your trainee as your buddy, things like that. So I think the more IVs you want to raise, the more you're gonna need to do the task in general in the end of the day. And it says once you use your gold bottle cap, you'll have 365 days to complete your hyper training task. It's a long and challenging course, but once you complete it, your training will be stronger than ever. Mm-hmm. So what can I say about this? I think the concept is okay. It is basically what we all been wanting to. We want to turn our, 98s, 96 or into Shandos or Hondos or things that we be looking forward to. However, I have some interesting thoughts, and I think a lot of people are actually starting to notice this. But before I do, I want to hear Chris's opinion, exactly what things had happened with hypertraining and the Gold Cap.
Like how I feel about it?
Yeah.
I think it's something very, very nice, very, very cool. I think it should be something rare, honestly, because I don't think every Pokemon should be a hundo per se. I think it's something we need to earn. I don't think it's necessarily something we should pay for. But
right.
But,
I got you.
But yeah, maybe that would be something cool to win Legend for, or have a championship for. But I think it's definitely something everyone wants for sure. So definitely a good addition. To change those shiny 98s, 96s, or maybe you just have one shiny of something and you'd love to have it be a Shundo. So now everyone's going to be able to experience that Shundo feeling.
Yeah. There will be indication of when you actually hyper train a Pokemon's IVs. So technically, a lot of people are saying this is not a true Shundo. I disagree.
So
I
still
disagree.
some rarity.
Is there some
But
rarity?
still.
Yes. The RNG in this game is still, as painful as ever, but now we have a way to actually help you. However, first of all, it's $20. To even get one, just one, knowing that it expires a week later after GoFest ends, it seems to be the daunting task of saying which is going to be your very first Shando or Hundo, whatever the case may be. Because you want to actually raise as much stats as possible, and luckily the gold battle cap raises all IVs regardless of what you have.
Dialga.
However, there is one major downside because there is only one. Imagine only using it on one IV 98. Is it worth to use a gold cap on just one IV consistently to know that maybe a silver cap will come in the future?
Or an old rusty cat now.
Right. So my thought process is, do I want to use it on one Pokemon that's going to become a Shando and just one IV stat? Or do I want to use it on something that I've been daunting to want to use for a longest time? Just because
Something you're almost debating transferring. Ooh, the mythical. Ooh.
Thank you. There is a Pokemon that you and I have as a mythical Pokemon that requires our attention in this case. Especially every single mythical that we had, unless you're lucky enough to get a Hundo or Shando at that point. So, for my very first one, and this actually coexists with something that I've been wanting to have for the longest time. I had this Pokemon since 2023. It is a mythical Pokemon. It is a coexistence with a ongoing goal that I never thought I was going to get, because it's only one or maybe two that I will ever get for the remainder of life or in Pokemon Go for a while. And it is a nice little Pokemon called Diancie. Oh. My Diancie, it's a 11, 10, 12. I've been wanting to Mega Evolve this since the day I got it. I refuse to Mega Evolve it because I do not want to Mega Evolve this trash of a Pokemon. I was waiting for the shiny version to come out and hopefully get better IVs. But because hyper training is now a thing, or will be a thing coming this next week, I will be using my Bottle Cup on this Pokemon. And I'm going to be hyper training this Pokemon into a Hundo. And it is to complete the Hundo list of Pokemons that I've been wanting to have for all my Mega Pokemons. Mm-hmm. With now getting the Gallade this last week, this is basically the only unreleased or the only release Mega Pokemon that I did not have the chance to Mega Evolve just yet. I even have the task from New York 2023 sitting in my special research saying that I need to Mega Evolve a Diancie.
The game did it just for you.
That's how stubborn I am with this Diancie. I am going to hyper train this into a Honda. It will be my buddy for the remaining of the hyper training. I have enough buddy or 4-star bodies and everything, so Diancie will be my long-term goal until I finish with it. Will it take me forever? You never know. As long as I have it in my buddy and I remember to put it on my raid parties and everything, I think it will be okay. And yeah, that's my very first candidate. So, Chris, you have a decision. I mean, I don't know if you're gonna get the gold cap. I'll really
see how I'm feeling. Yeah. That it is enticing. Plus, there are enough other things going on that it doesn't feel like a waste.
Yeah. So, again, guys, gold caps are to max out most of the IVs to the Pokemon. Silver caps, which are not yet introduced but will most likely come into the game eventually, will be a one-time use, one IV kind of deal. So don't waste it on a 98. There are a lot of Pokemons that are technically, pseudo Hondos at this point if you keep them at 15, 15, 14 or something like that. Yes, there is the whole I want the Shando, things like that. I want it too. I want it so badly. But I have chances that the RNG is going to help me eventually.
There's still more rarity, to the mythicals since we can't trade them.
And we can really get more than a few every now and then. So I could probably use it on my, 93, 94 Shiny Mew if I wanted to. But
That's what I thought you were going to say. But as soon as you said Diancie, I knew exactly why.
You know, I've been working on this Mega Hondo Dex for a long time. I refuse to Mega Evolve a Diancie at this stage for that specific reason. So I am gonna do that the day it comes out, the day I get it. I'm gonna start the process. Actually, if I get it pretty early during Go Tour, I should probably be able to expend a lot of the time doing the raids and catches during the weekend. So I gotta keep an eye on those when it comes down to it. But oh boy, this is definitely a change in Pokemon Go. There's a lot of changes this year. I'm very happy about them, but very pricey also. So it's been fun. It's been great. I hope that everybody had a nice 3 weekends of GoFest. A lot of people were getting shundos, and I'm just like jealous of y'all. Trust me, I'll get there eventually. I think out of all the GoFests that I've been to, I don't think I have gotten one shundo out of the GoFest. When will it be my turn? The world will never know. Technically, we'll know because I'll tell them as soon as I get it. It's like, yeah. Anyways, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I think that's everything we had to cover, unless Pokemon Go just tweeted something and I haven't noticed. Just in case, I'm just gonna check the Twitter. Nope, it's just the same thing that happened this morning. So, GoFest in person, it's over. GoFest Global would be here very soon. So we'll have one more podcast before that actually happens to preparation to that. As far as I know, I am working the first half of Saturday. So I'll have to just do a lot of remotes in my time.
I'll be working both days, but I'll be out at a decent time.
Calling offset.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, it is what it is. I try actually getting it off just earlier, but it's just not gonna happen anyways. But anyways, anything else you want to say, Chris, before we end the night tonight?
No, it's been a dandy week. Pokemon Go Fest sounded crazy. Very jealous.
Hey, you'll get your chance.
Oh yeah, but yeah, definitely excited for next year's events and global, of course.
Yeah, well, I mean, next year is the 10th year, so they're gonna go big for this one. So you're gonna have to make it somehow, even if I have to pay the ticket myself.
Man, I'm excited for us to place our guesses on that sometime.
We got 365 days. Let's get to it. All right. Well, thank you so much for listening, everybody. We do really appreciate it. Make sure you check us out at any of the podcast services feeds, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, even Amazon Music. We would greatly appreciate it if you can leave us a review. Follow our socials at Pure Letter Go for myself, Pokemon Trigger Please, that's PKMN Trigger Please with a C at the end. Purified Podcast for anything Pokemon Go related. I need to post more things on there because I am just lazy as it is. Email us anything, purifiedpodcast@gmail.com. Join our Discord or Patreon exclusive Discord for $1 a month, patreon.com/Pokemon Professor. And you can, check us out anytime there. We'll be there to talk about any other things, Pokemon Pocket, Pokemon Sleep, any other games that we talked about here and there. So with that, Chris, take us away for the night.
All right. It's been a lovely week with lovely Pokemon Go. And hope you guys can catch us next week with even more Pokemon Go news. Get prepared for Pokemon Go Global. Get your spots ready. I'm talking to myself. Get your friends ready. Get your space. Get your items. Whatever you need. And yeah, we'll look forward to telling you guys, everything Pokemon Go next week. And yeah, I think there's a lot to be excited for. Definitely a lot of costumes. Definitely a lot of really rare, shiny, fun Pokemon out right now. And, let us know what you guys decide to use your gold bottle cap on if you end up forking over the cash for it.
That's true.
But yeah, see you guys next time. Peace out.
Keep purifying them, and we'll see you guys next week.